Hey everyone, I'm Monica Onyetica, and thank you for stopping by today. This month, I've noticed a lot of errors for some beginner Power Automate users that I thought I would cover in a video. I'll be honest, I've seen these in class, I've seen these in virtual mentoring sessions, and they're easy to fix, okay? Now, these two big beginner issues that I'm going to talk about today are, one, being overly specific, and two, trusting unreliable dynamic content. Let's go ahead and jump over to my laptop and get right into Power Automate Desktop. If you look at my Power Automate Designer here, you'll see that I just ran and tested a flow. And it's telling me that my flow ran successfully, but actually it didn't. It didn't send me the Teams notification that I need. So let's click Edit and look at this easily fixable beginner mistake, okay? What I want to look at here is how I actually ended up being a little overly specific. In my condition, it says the subject is equal to virtual mentor session. So it's extremely specific, right? This is exactly what my subject must say. But in reality, this actually needs to be more flexible because one, very rarely will someone word a subject exactly the way that you want. And two, we actually have the ability to give ourselves some options here. I have here, subject is equal to blah, 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 blah. I'm actually going to delete that because the easiest way to fix this is to keep my trigger broad, let it catch the email event, and then put the thinking part of my flow into my control where it's a little bit easier for it to adjust. So what that means is I'm actually going to have not one, not two, but three. And I'm going to change my and to or. So now each of these three are all going to be for my email subject, of course. Now, for each of these, I'm changing that to contains. I'm giving myself flexibility. So that way, no matter how it's worded, how they put this email together, it's going to run. I've got subject contains virtual mentor session. Then I'm going to take two of those words. Okay, well, maybe even if it just says virtual mentor. Last ditch effort. Listen, if it says mentor, it's probably talking about that, right? So I'm going to keep that. Fabulous. I actually want to save it and test it. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right. To test this, I'm going to send an email to myself. And here in the subject, remember, I gave myself three options. So I could choose any one of those three options. Maybe what I'll say here is virtual mentor. All right. I'm going to click send. The email I sent myself has arrived. Let's check. Look at that. You just got an email about virtual mentor. Perfect. Do you see now? I keep that thinking for my condition, right? Just let the flow get triggered. Let your condition handle the logic there. And again, handle the logic flexibly, not brittly or rigidly. Hopefully that was helpful. Let's get ready for the example of big mistake number 2. In this demo, the second big beginner mistake we're going to talk about is relying on unreliable dynamic content. If you look at my Power Automate Designer, you'll see I just ran and tested this flow, which, by the way, should look a lot like the other one we did, all right? But let's click edit so we can see the difference here. In this particular flow, what I want my condition to be looking for is if the importance of the email is equal to high. And you'll notice that there was not a green check for that post a Teams message. But if you look at the email that I sent myself, you can clearly see that this email has been sent with high importance. So why didn't this work? Listen, Power Automate's not broken. This is an easy fix. The trigger filter is evaluated before the flow runs, right? Using the trigger's built-in metadata. But in a condition, you're comparing whatever value Power Automate outputs at runtime. And sometimes that value isn't really formatted exactly like you expect. It might come through as a different casing, like it might be a case sensitivity issue where the word high has a lowercase h instead of the capital H needed for the high importance, or there's some other sort of mismatch with your data. So what we have to do instead is just move that importance filtering to your trigger. Remove it from your condition entirely, okay? So here's what we'll do. I'm getting rid of this condition. Bye-bye. I'm going right to my trigger. I'm going to expand to show all of my, advanced parameters. And right here where it says importance, I'm selecting high. That's it. That's all I got to do, okay? Now I can simply add my action for teams to post a message in a chat as the flow bot. Again, I'm just going to put myself as the recipient, obviously. And we could say something like, you just got an important email. Check your inbox, right? Something like that. If we wanted to be dramatic, I guess we could make it red to match that red exclamation point or something, right? Now, let's test this, where we have simplified it by leaving that importance filtering to the trigger and letting it just handle it there. So let's see what happens. I'm going to send an email to myself with high importance yet again. All right, let's see what happens. All right, my email to myself has arrived. And look at that. I got a message from Flowbot. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, all right? So the takeaway here is if a trigger can filter it, let the trigger filter it, okay? You'll get far fewer unnecessary runs and you avoid having a brittle comparison later in that condition that's going to get missed every time. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by today. And don't forget, if you need some sort of quick referencing that you can keep handy while you're building and growing in your Power Automate skills, don't forget, you can grab that Power Automate cheat sheet from the Pragmatic Works website. Also, don't forget that if you want to find more tutorials for all users, beginner to advanced, check out the Pragmatic Works YouTube channel. My name is Monica Onyetica. It's been a blast, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.